Hey, sixth graders. This is your daily agenda video for Wednesday, November 4th. The first thing on our agenda this morning is to read AP 07 through AP 12. Remember that AP stands for appendix. We won't be reading in a normal chapter today, so make sure you follow that to our online textbook and find the blue chapter called Minnesota Studies. It's also called the appendix, and make your way to AP 07. We started reading yesterday. We'll continue that today. It doesn't really have a great chapter for us. That's okay. 04, 05, 06, 07. So let's start reading here where it says role of government. You'll learn about the levels of government and how powers are shared between the state and federal government, which is discussed in that section under federalism. We'll talk about the three branches of government. This has been introduced, but we're going to talk about them at the federal level, meaning the United States level, and at the state level. You'll see a very similar system used in Minnesota. We modeled our system off of the U.S. government. Okay, we're on AP 10. You'll continue reading about the judicial branch. You go into a little bit more detail about each of the individual branches. You'll look at how a bill becomes a law in Minnesota. And you'll stop when you finish paying for Minnesota's government, which is the legislative branch, the start of the legislative branch, which we'll finish up tomorrow. Once you've done that, you'll need to make sure you open up your digital study guide for the Minnesota government chapter, and we're going to be doing slides 12 through 17. Many of the answers you're going to find are going to be in the reading today. So as you complete the notes, you'll see some familiar information. You'll need to go back and look at the reading pages to finish them. Oops. So open up your digital study guide. And again, that's pages 12 through 17. Yesterday we went through the slides, including your iCivics game. Remember, if you didn't finish that and take a screenshot of the certificate at the end of the game, make sure you've done that and placed it here. Don't email it to us, please. Your teacher may have you start with these reflection questions if you didn't get to them yesterday, but we're going to continue reading about the three levels of government, so federalism and how it divides powers between federal, state, and local levels. And we got a video here for you. You're going to name what the responsibilities are of the three branches of government. A lot of the information has been filled in for you. And there are some videos linked here that just discuss the federal government and how federalism works. And then each of these videos discusses how Minnesota's specific government is structured in those three different branches. So you'll need to watch those videos as well. All right, we got one more slide. We'll stop after answering this question. Would you prefer to be a maker, enforcer, or interpreter of laws, and why? Make sure you explain both parts in the answer on page 17. And the last thing we're going to do is read the Idea to Law PDF in Schoology and come up with an idea for our own letters. So in our Schoology folders, there's a PDF called Idea to Law. This is actually a packet that was given to us by one of our state representatives, and we've copied some of those pages to share with you today. It's not a long reading, but when you get to the end, you'll have a better idea of how Minnesota's legislature is structured. And you'll learn about this guy. His name is Joe, and you'll learn about how his, even though he wasn't old enough to vote, he had an idea that he wanted to become a law, and so he took some actions to make that happen. And so once you're done reading, I want you to start thinking about what is a issue or topic that you're passionate about that you would like to write to a representative about. Because in class tomorrow, we're going to be starting a letter writing project where you create a letter explaining that point of view to your representative. And we'll go over the details of that tomorrow, but if you have an issue that you're interested or passionate about, make sure you have that in mind when you come to class tomorrow. If you don't have one yet, we'll help you find one, but it's a good place to start, so you'll be off to the races tomorrow at the start of class. That just about does it. Let your teachers know if you have any questions, and good luck.